bucket list. I just answered the phone. And Willie was a great example of how open and welcoming he was to sing with other people. He sang on everybody's records. I loved watching that. And it's what I aspire to do, probably more so than being the front guy up front singing the songs. And to date, I've worked on over 1,000 artists' records.
Wow.
And I've enjoyed every minute of it, you know. Well, I think that anytime
You know that moment when you're settling into your evening, scrolling your phone, thinking nothing major is happening in the world, and then bam, country music decides to shake the entire entertainment universe with a single award? Because that's exactly what went down at the CMA Awards when Vince Gill walked on stage and turned a Lifetime Achievement moment into the biggest emotional plot twist of the night. And trust me, the internet hasn't stopped screaming since. Sources backstage say the energy shifted the second Vince Gill's tribute segment started. Not because people didn't see it coming, obviously everyone knew he was the night's biggest honoree, but because something about the setup, the mood, the whispers between crew members, even the way the lights dimmed felt bigger than what anyone prepared for. Like the showrunners knew exactly what they were doing, setting up the kind of legacy-defining moment that becomes instant pop culture lore. Insiders claim producers were already calling it the CMA moment of the decade hours before the broadcast even started. And fans are now saying they get it, because as soon as Brandi, Carlile, and Patty Loveless stepped out and started singing When I Call Your Name, the vibe shifted from award show energy to full-blown emotional earthquake. People weren't just clapping, they were holding their breath, clutching tissues, and tweeting like their thumbs were on fire. And meanwhile, Vince Gill was watching from just off stage, reportedly telling crew members he was trying not to fall apart before walking out there. Honestly, relatable. Now, here's where the night took a turn that nobody, not even the insiders, not even the backstage crew, saw coming. George Strait, last year's recipient and longtime friend / country titan, walked onto the stage to present the award. And fans swear they could feel the weight of that moment through the screen, like two eras of country royalty aligning for a symbolic passing of the torch. The kind of moment historians write chapters about if country music came in textbooks. Then Vince Gill came out. Standing ovation, audience losing their minds, camera operators struggling to pick a reaction shot because everyone was crying, smiling, or wiping mascara off their chin. Pure chaos. Beautiful chaos. And just when people expected a sweet, standard, emotionally safe acceptance speech, Vince Gill did what only Vince Gill would do. He cracked the joke of the night. A line so perfectly timed, so delightfully self-aware that the entire arena exploded. He said, "I'm pretty confident I'm the only one who's ever won this award who's never smoked any weed." The crowd lost it. Producers almost cut to commercial because the laughter was stepping all over the applause cues. Even George Strait was doubled over, trying to keep it together. People online instantly turned it into a meme. One fan posted, "Vince Gill winning the Willie Nelson Award while making a weed joke, this is history." Another user paraphrased the whole thing as, "That's it, this is the most wholesome chaos I've seen all year." But beneath the humor, insiders say Vince's speech hit everyone right in the heart. He thanked his Opry family, his teams, his fans, but the moment that broke people was when he looked straight at the camera and thanked his massive, blended family by name. All the kids, all the stepkids, everyone, including his wife Amy Grant, who he called the kindest soul I've ever known. Viewers say they weren't prepared for the emotional gut punch hidden inside a country music award. The reaction online? Pure meltdown. Fans noticed Amy tearing up, people speculated she whispered "I love you" from the crowd. TikTok is full of slowed down clips, enhanced audio attempts, and analysis videos that look like they were edited by FBI agents, all trying to confirm whether that moment really happened. And meanwhile, the industry is buzzing over something deeper, something people are speculating heavily right now. Because as Vince Gill received the Lifetime Achievement Award, the camera caught a string of younger country artists watching like kids meeting Santa for the first time. There's a theory floating around fan circles that the CMAs intentionally positioned Vince's tribute segment as a bridge between classic and modern country, symbolizing the genre's next evolution. People believe the producers were sending a message: the future is coming, but you don't dare forget where it came from. Some sources even suggest his upcoming EP series, celebrating 50 years in the industry, might be the start of a larger legacy rollout. Anniversary projects, collaborations, maybe even a career documentary. Fans are speculating like wild, and honestly, it wouldn't be surprising. When someone gets this level of reverence at an award show, something big is usually cooking behind the scenes. And let's talk about the Brandi, Carlile, Patty Loveless tribute, because that performance wasn't just a performance, it was a spiritual event. The harmonies, ridiculous. The emotion, criminal. Fans online said it felt like watching two generations of artists lay flowers at the altar of country music greatness. One tweet that went viral paraphrased it perfectly. Brandi and Patty didn't sing that, they summoned it. And here's the spicy part. Some viewers swear Brandi looked emotional not just for Vince, but because insiders say she often cites him as one of the biggest reasons she pursued a songwriting-first career. Again, the CMAs knew exactly what they were doing with that pairing. Backstage, sources claim Patty Loveless hugged Vince for a full 30 seconds before he walked on stage, and people around them stayed respectfully silent because it was one of those moments that felt too real to interrupt. And then, because this night wasn't dramatic enough, George Strait stepped up to speak, the king of country himself, the man who rarely shows big emotion during award shows, and fans swear he looked choked up too. When he thanked Vince for shaping the sound of country music for generations, people online said they felt their knees weaken. Meanwhile, social media started doing what social media always does, overanalyzing everything in the background. Someone spotted Luke Combs wiping tears during the tribute, someone else caught Lainey Wilson putting her hand over her heart like she was pledging allegiance to the country music flag, another user pointed out that Jelly Roll was nodding like a proud nephew at a family reunion, and the memes? Out of control. One trending one shows Vince Gill smiling next to the words, "Man didn't smoke weed but still got Willie's award. Talent won." Now, here's the part that really turned the night into gossip gold. People backstage claim that this tribute wasn't originally supposed to be this big. Rumor has it that once producers realized they could get Brandi Carlile, Patty Loveless, and George Strait lined up for the same moment, they expanded the entire segment. More lighting cues, more rehearsal time, bigger intro, extended speech window, the works. And by the time the show went live, the Vince Gill tribute had become the emotional nucleus of the entire night. Some insiders think the CMAs were consciously crafting a legend moment, similar to when Dolly Parton got her icon tributes or when Loretta Lynn's legacy was honored, and fans believe it worked because Vince Gill's segment instantly overshadowed multiple performances and even some major category wins. People are saying this was his night and everyone knew it. But here's the part that really got fans spiraling with speculation. The tribute section also highlighted Gill's connections with multiple modern acts, sparking theories about future collaborations. Brandi Carlile has already collaborated with big-name legends and is known for songwriting partnerships that lead to groundbreaking albums. Fans believe she and Vince might be working together behind the scenes. And the moment Patty Loveless sang beside her, people saw it as a symbolic three-generational alignment: the past, the present, and the future of the genre. And let's be honest, the emotional climax wasn't even the award, the speech, or the reaction shots. It was the legacy moment, the realization shared by fans, critics, artists, and even casual viewers that Vince Gill has lived his entire career doing what he does best: writing, singing, teaching, collaborating, hosting, without ever demanding the spotlight. And now that spotlight is finally giving him his flowers. Fans are calling it overdue, critics are calling it essential, fellow artists are calling it inspiring. By the time the show wrapped, insiders say multiple artists approached Vince Gill backstage to thank him for shaping their careers. One even told him, "I wouldn't be here without your songs." Another said, "Your music raised me." Even staff members reportedly lined up to shake his hand. How often does that happen? And here's the final layer of drama. Fans noticed that after his speech, Vince lingered on stage for a moment longer than scripted. Not awkwardly, intentionally, taking it in, soaking up the applause he earned over 50 years. And honestly, that moment alone could have ended the night. But of course, the internet is the internet. People online are already arguing over which of Vince Gill's songs deserves the title of his greatest ever, whether the tribute was long enough, whether Brandi Carlile delivered the best vocal moment of the night, and whether George Strait's presence confirmed the trifecta of country royalty. One viewer paraphrased the entire night perfectly in a viral comment. Vince Gill didn't just get a Lifetime Achievement Award, he got a love letter from the entire country music industry. The storytelling, the humor, the emotion, the iconic performers, the memes, the speculation, this was the night everyone walked away buzzing not just about the award, but about the legacy it celebrated. Now the only question is, what's next? Will there be a documentary, a tribute tour, special collaborations? Fans are speculating like wild, and honestly, after a night like this, anything feels possible. But one thing is certain, Vince Gill didn't just receive an award, he received a moment. And moments like that don't come around often. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Inside Hollywood for more stories that hit harder than a surprise CMA tribute. And tell me, which part of the Vince Gill tribute hit you the hardest? The performances, the speech, or the reaction shots?